Hello, valued viewers. I hope you are all doing well. Today we'll look at a game called Rainbow Six Siege and the coming new big upgrade or update coming to Rainbow Six Siege X. I will go over if Rainbow Six Siege or Siege X is still worth playing in 2025 and what you should know when starting out with the game. So, stay tuned and I'll see you guys after the intro. So, for those of you who have not yet heard of Rainbow Six Siege, you just call it Siege basically. Siege is basically a 5v5 FPS shooter that's been out, as I said, since 2015 and has been updated and evolving since. Unlike your typical run and gun shooters, Siege is all about destruction. You can destroy almost every wall. Well, depending on what wall you can destroy, these wooden walls basically. Other walls are indestructible, and reinforcements you can destroy, but you need special gadgets, yada yada. We'll get to that later. Um, and it's all about, as said, destruction, utility, positioning, and communication. Communicate with your teammates, and especially fun when playing with your friends. Um, you've got the defenders that are basically fortifying the objective, and you've got the attackers, which we are right now. We are currently the attacking side, and we need to attack and defuse the bomb. Every operator in the game has unique abilities. Whenever bulletproof shield, throwable cameras, EMPs, wall destroying gadgets, and yeah. So the game is made by Ubisoft, and they've been working on it since, and they've been doing a pretty alright job. There are a lot of issues with the game. A lot of things are not as the players like to, and a lot of things have been, well, made worse over the years, but we'll get to that later. And with 2025, Ubisoft still remains and is still constantly updating the game. As of year 9, season 2, we've got over 70 operators, revamped recoil mechanics, and map reworks like Outback Clubhouse, and they feel finally balanced, especially because attackers always have or had a pretty hard time to enter even the building, as you could have been killed from 22 other angles before, and that made it annoying to play set maps. Yeah, they've reworked shields, they've made shields, they've nerfed them, well, slash balanced them, and now it's way, way better to fight against shield operators. And yeah, now coming to the progression, grind, and monetization. Basically, you play the game, you get renown and packs if you're lucky. Renown is the in-game currency, the free in-game currency that you can get by playing the game. With that currency, you unlock new operators, you can complete challenges to get more renown, but let's be honest, you're playing the game because 5v5 tactical shooter and not to do challenges and play operators you don't like. And yeah, then you've got the battle pass. Every season has a battle pass, a lot of cosmetics, and most of them are locked behind those premium tiers. And the battle pass is usually around, what was it, 10 euros, $10 or something around that. So yeah, you unlock operators over time, which is great. I do not recommend buying like the ultra deluxe version of the game, as then there is like no real incentive like to play the game, as unlocking operators is quite fun to do. Then the grind regarding the grind for renown, it's Ubisoft, so expect to grind a bit to unlock a few operators, especially later ones cost more renown than the ones that have been released season 1. But yeah, it's manageable. But honestly, most important thing in the game is unlocking the operators. You don't need to buy cosmetics or anything. You unlock cosmetics over the time. As you win games, you have chances to get packs, and from those packs you can get skins and all that fine stuff. So I didn't really purchase anything in-game via microtransactions. Now coming to more information, more in-depth information about what is Siege and what makes it amazing. Um, it's basically that adrenaline you get and the tension of holding like an angle for 90 seconds and hearing breach charges go off, explosions go off, um, and then you like, yeah, it's just rewarding if you like eliminate somebody through some cheeky angles, and yeah, but there are still a ton of problems, as I said, with the game. The toxicity problem still exists, and voice chat can be brutal, but is regulated through the new reputation system that rates every player's reputation from bad to basically exemplary. And the higher you get, the more XP, whatever you get. And cheating and smurfing aren't as bad as they used to be, but they're not gone. Especially cheating, I feel, is still a big problem in the game. Smurfing, I'm not that experienced. So, of course, there could be a lot of smurfs, but cheating is a real problem in the game, and it is going to be addressed with the new Siege X update coming. They will implement more systems to, again, yeah, get rid of those cheaters, because no one actually likes to play against cheaters. Like, if you're a cheater, bro, what are you doing with your life? Like, hell no. And yeah, another thing that you should know is that the learning curve is extremely steep. It is steep and is basically vertical. That is the best way to describe it. It's brutal. Um, you'll need to want to play the game. You'll need to sink in a long time to play the game. That is why, again, I told you, please, please, please play with a friend. It makes the game way more enjoyable, because playing alone, as I did, it is not enjoyable. You will go 0 to 6 in every match. It feels like you'll get one kill in one match, in one whole match with 8 rounds possible. You just get one kill, and that is just frustrating, getting killed every time. So please go and play the game with a friend. You'll be able to meet a couple of friends. Just use the voice chat. They'll send you gladly a friend request if you're new, they're new, and it's way more enjoyable that way, I feel like. But of course, that is personal preference. Um, that's just the way I would start out Siege in 2025 before Siege X. Of course, I would start playing Siege before Siege X release, as you then have an advantage to all those people who have yet to start playing with the new Siege X update. What you should be aware of, though, is that the Rainbow Six Siege X update will offer 1 week of free access to every new player, and then to keep the game if you have gotten said access, if I am not mistaken. So now to the final question: who should play Rainbow Six Siege and who shouldn't? Well, Rainbow Six Siege is, as I said, a frustrating game at, let's say, 50% of times, and it makes the game fun to play if you are in those other 50% of the time, where you can communicate, where you can have some fun with your friends, goof around, try new threats. The game actively rewards brain over speed, so it matters where every bullet goes. Every shot in the head is an instant kill. No matter if you're using a pistol, a sniper rifle, or a SMG, every headshot is a kill. And that makes the game interesting to play, as you still have a chance to win at all times, basically. Of course, headshots take precision and recoil control, which is quite hard to learn, and that learning curve is steep because you need to master a couple of things that are mixed together and then will decide if you're good or not. First of all, you need to have the map knowledge. You need to know where the sound is coming from. You need to know what object or who is making that sound. You'll need to have a spatial orientation, a good one. And yeah, you need to have that recoil control so you actually hit your shots. You'll also have to get good at knowing every operator. In the beginning, this is quite hard and challenging. Thus, I am thinking about potentially creating a, well, introduction series for beginners for this game, as I've been playing the game for probably 1,000 hours plus now, and I have been quite experienced with every operator and the game mechanic. So if you're interested and want me to create such a series where I go over every operator and how the operator is played, how it is countered, and what combinations of operators are actually really good, then feel free to comment and tell me if you want to get such an operator tutorial guide for every relevant starting operator. Now, coming back to that final verdict, so Rainbow Six Siege is of course still worth playing in 25. It is a great game, it's not perfect, there are still a lot of issues with the game, such like the matchmaking may be off at times and you just get clapped absolutely and with no chance. But this mostly occurs when you're playing quick match, therefore I recommend playing unranked and playing with teammates of your caliber. So it is excellent if you've got a friend group that didn't start out yet with Siege or has little to no hours in Siege and you just want to get a new game up into the rotation. This game is perfect for you and you have a lot of time you can spend in that game, especially good times with friends. Yeah, there are definitely a lot of nice people you can meet in game, but having a friend group play with you is just excellent. So it is not the perfect masterpiece, of course, how could it be? It's a Ubisoft game still. The gunplay is tight, the moments where you clutch a 1v3 with 4 seconds on the clock are just unbeatable. That adrenaline you get, and it is just so good. But of course, remember, your first matches you will go 0 to 7 KD, and it will be frustrating, but once you get into the game it is quite rewarding and fun to goof around with your friends. So overall, I think you should try Rainbow Six Siege. You can either decide between waiting a couple of weeks now to play the new um, Rainbow Six Siege X version of the game, which is automatically updated from the old Rainbow Six Siege. So if you choose to now buy Rainbow Six Siege, you can then just update the game and you'll have the Rainbow Six Siege X. So yeah, that will be it with the video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and let me know if you want anything changed with those video series, if you have any feedback for me, and else, if you liked it and enjoyed it, feel free to like and subscribe. Thank you all, have a great day.